The views and opinions expressed by the participants on this show are not necessarily those of Stewart Information Services Corporation, Stewart Title, or Stewart Insurance. Before you make any investment, you should seek the advice of your investment advisor or attorney.
Whether you're a real estate broker, realtor, homeowner, buyer, or seller, everything matters when it comes to real estate. This is Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. Stewart Title's Bill Knapik and guests open the door to what really matters in owning, buying, and selling real estate. And now, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title, brought to you by Stewart Insurance. Here to inform, entertain, and inspire, Bill Knapik.
Welcome to the show. It is Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I'm your host, Bill Knapik. Thank you for joining us. Another real estate radio adventure is here. And we're super happy that you've joined us on show number 520. That's right, 520 shows, and you could access this show anytime. You can hear it, you can see it, simply by going to stewart.com/radio. That's right, stewart.com/radio. In addition, all the show archives are right there at stewart.com/radio. So let's get down to business and talk with Kim Rensemer. She is with Martha Turner, Sotheby's International Realty, helping buyers and sellers in a tremendous way. Kim, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Here you are. So let's tell people, first of all, Martha Turner, Sotheby's International Realty. We haven't had anyone from your company in a while, Kim. Let's tell them a little bit about your company.
Well, I office right here in the Galleria area. We have 335 agents in the metro area.
There's a bunch.
I am out in West Houston, Fulshire, Richmond area.
Well, let's tell people. In fact, your company does have several locations, but let's give people an idea. You said the magic word there, at least for me, and that's Fulshire, Texas. We hear so much about the growth in the West, as you're saying, as the growth moves in all directions here in Houston. But give us a word on the market right now, say in the western area, Katy, and even Fulshire. What's happening out there, Kim?
Oh, it's exploding. We have so many companies moving here from California, where the state income tax is non-existent. So all of the companies move out here. They're all heading west. We have Fulshire that has just grown by tenfold over the last 10 years. So there's definitely a need. We do still have plenty of opportunity to move out that direction.
In fact, I was in Fulshire the other day, actually about 5 days ago, and I drove around a little bit, and I was wondering, there's some space there. There's still, it seemed like there's some country and some room for growth, but also I was wondering about new home development. And for a while, I know it was very strong. Are there still new construction homes available for people out there?
We do still have some available out there, and it depends. There's still some acreage property. Not as much as there was. We do have a couple of communities that you can get an acre plus on. There's still plenty of new construction, subdivisions, master plan communities being built out there. So plenty of opportunity to get in at any point on any level.
So there's some inventory out there, it sounds like. Well, that sounds good. The idea of the acre plus home, give us an idea if there is, let's say, a home with maybe not even an acre, but half acre with some elbow room, perhaps an acre. What are the price points, or about where is the pricing for something, let's say, with a home with some extra room?
Well, if you're looking at anything over 3,500 square feet, you're going to be $650, $800 range. If you're going 400 or 4,000 square foot plus on more than an acre, you're looking in the million plus.
That sounds nice. Now, how about coming a little bit closer in and Katy? Do you work the Katy area very much?
Absolutely. Every day, all day.
What's going on in Katy besides having such a super school district? We hear that all the time. Oh, the
KISD.
In fact, I think it's number one, isn't it? I saw something in the Business Journal.
We are nationally recognized for our schools. Yep.
So the marketplace in Katy is pretty good.
It's great. We do have more inventory now. It's picking up, so it's encouraging for people moving out, even if they're working out in Houston or Cypress, Richmond, Fulshire. There's plenty of places in Katy to move. We have inventory on all levels.
So that sounds pretty good. So if somebody wants to be in a great school district, There's homes to buy in Katy. As far as, and one of the nice things, I live almost in Katy. One of the nice things I like in my area is there's a lot of trees. So there's a nice feel in certain neighborhoods in Katy.
Yeah.
So that's a super deal there. What about as far as buyers? You mentioned buyers that are coming still from California apparently, but I guess you're serving some buyers from out of state here every now and then.
We do. So 60% of our client base at Martha Turner International is international buyers. So we do have a big group of them coming in. We do a lot of relocation, a lot of expats, things of that nature. So there's a lot of people coming in to the Katy market. They do like the schools. Vulture has great schools too. Richmond. There's a lot of areas in Brookshire that we're getting some master plan communities out there. Katy, out north Katy, we have several new master plan communities being built. So there's lots of opportunity.
A lot of stuff going on out there.
A lot of stuff.
You mentioned Brookshire. Now, Brookshire, let's tell people, give them an idea. If they're not from Houston, we have a lot of people listening on the internet every now and then. But where is Brookshire in relationship to Houston, Texas, for those that don't know?
Well, Brookshire's actually about 7 miles away from Katy, so a little further west. You're looking at maybe a 30-minute ride out from Brookshire into Houston to like the energy corridor. It's not bad.
As far as the interest rate these days, now we hear for a while it's been inhibiting some buyers, but I mean the weather's changing. Theoretically, we're getting used to the higher rates. So what are you seeing out there as you're helping people all the time?
Well, I tell my buyers, everybody needs a place to live. So it doesn't necessarily, it's not going to impact on a permanent level on refinance. Get into the house. We have some flexibility right now with negotiating rates, negotiating sales price. If you get into, you shop your rate, you get in, you get locked down. In a year from now, if interest rates pivot downward, then all of the lenders they're gonna help you refinance. Some of them will do it at no cost. So,
I've talked to a friend that has a home they're selling in the energy corridor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong. If we're going west, say on Interstate 10, you have the energy corridor, and then and I guess it's still Houston. Then you have Katy. My question would be, what determines whether someone lives in the energy corridor or Katy? I think you get a better value in Katy, but I'm just saying. But do you run into that very much?
A lot of it's the schools. A lot of it is the area. If you want to be in the energy corridor, there's places that you want to be in that are going to be more desirable than some. You can go either side, north or south of I-10. A little further west, we would really identify anything west of Derry Ashford as more Katy.
Okay,
Katy
I'm glad
area.
you said that because I was going to ask, where does the energy corridor end and Katy and these other markets begin? So also, I hear that you're in the commercial market. Tell us a little bit about what's happening in the commercial world, because there's such a tie-in, residential, commercial, hand in hand, right?
There is. Specifically, I do handle retail leases, commercial buildings, things of that nature. We need more commercial buildings out in Katy, honestly. We've got the need for more space, more retail. Everything's blowing up in that area. We've got so much growth with shopping centers, and they're putting in all of these one-story units for like multi-use.
Interesting you say that, because as I drive back and forth on Interstate 10, there's a new store opening up. There's a Dunkin', little stores, big stores.
Everywhere.
There's a Dunkin' Donuts. There's a chain that I'm anxious to taste their coffee called Tim Hortons that's coming.
Oh, yeah.
And I've never been. It's a Canadian company, but here yet another choice for coffee and possibly donuts and pastries and all those things. I'm getting hungry, Kim. We're talking with Kim Rensimer. She's with Martha Turner Sotheby's International Realty. Kim, of all the things you could be doing, I know you love real estate, but what was it that drew you into the real estate profession to begin with?
Well, I like dealing with people. I like homes. I think I'm pretty good at negotiating and getting my work done. I like it. Somebody sold a house for me once upon a time that didn't do a great job, honestly. I think you probably hear that a lot.
It's interesting. I've heard it where that becomes the inspiration for the person like yourself to be involved in real estate and say, they didn't really do a good job. I think I can do it. And then here you are.
That's exactly right. Yeah. I knew I could do a much better job than they did. And,
Well, here you are.
Here we are.
Kim, let's tell people how they can reach you, Kim Rensemer.
At kim.rensemer@sotheby's.realty, or you can text me 832-814-2720. Call, text, email. I'll answer anytime.
And the number again is
832-814-2720.
Kim, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
As we continue, let's talk to Jeremy Branch and Kareem Dale. They are with a company called Key HTX. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us, Bill.
That sounded harmonious. I love that.
We practiced.
Well,
paid off.
It is awesome. So let's tell people, first of all, Key HTX. Now, to me, that's a new name in the real estate world. So let's tell people, Jeremy, about the company.
Absolutely. We're an energy efficiency focused general services firm. So basically, we work in three verticals. One being general construction, the second being specialty subcontractors for bigger GCs here in Houston. And also, we have an energy efficiency consulting and also implementation type of arm of the firm as well.
So on your business cards, it says building smarter buildings. They must be really smarter.
Yes.
And are you doing this in a certain geographic area, or give us an idea where
well,
you're
doing
we're
that basically here in the greater Houston metropolitan area for most part, but we also can do things in other areas of the country as well, just depending on what you need. General services, like I said, is construction, right? So we're doing building the space here in Houston just to be smarter, like you said, smarter buildings. We use technology to make them smarter, and we have a lot of different things that we can leverage to make those buildings smarter as well.
And give us an idea of the size, so we can visualize what the buildings look like. I'm sure there's different ones that you do,
Sure.
If you would, yeah.
Yeah,
Green.
so when we look at the built space, the buildings we concentrate on can range anywhere from 60,000 square feet to a couple 100,000 square feet. It just really depends on what the client need is. So creating those smarter buildings, leveraging technology to implement energy efficiency to help reduce the operating costs of the building, as well provide value to the owners, maintain tenant retention, and also amenitize the building in ways that a lot of building owners and operators have yet to do today.
So the people that would buy the buildings, give us an idea of the marketplace and who your direct customers may be.
Well, we do things on the public and private side. So, of course, we have built things for the city of Houston, Harris County, things of that nature as well. State of Texas as well. But also private wise, like whatever the client is, or if we find a client that needs or has a need, we come in and we let them know what we can do for them.
So, for example, let's take a building that might be in progress right now. You don't have to name the name or anything, but just from a size, so again, to visualize this. These are 2-story buildings, 1-story.
Sure. So let's take a project we're working on currently is 12-story building, Greenway Plaza area, central to Houston, helping them to resolve their energy profile. So it's an older building, and it's a Class A building, and it's a Class B building, and they're scaling it toward a Class A. So there's opportunities for us on the tenant build out and the TI side for us to help make those improvements to the building, and as well, kind of in parallel, making the building operate more efficiently and providing amenities that the new tenants want coming in as the marketplace has changed in the commercial office space, kind of driving toward a more tenant-centric place, because so many people work from home now. Buildings have to be ultra competitive in what they're providing to the tenant base. So what we're able to do is provide EV charging stations for the owners if that's something that they're interested in. Smart controls for the building so that the tenants can have an increased customer experience, whether it's leveraging their cell phone to get in and out of spaces, to lock doors, to control lights, to operate conference rooms. So all of those things are amenities that the building has, but it also reduces the energy profile, making it a very attractive investment for a building owner operator to make in the building.
And that sounds like obviously a big job when you're talking about a structure that's 12 stories and it's an older, as you're saying, an older
Correct.
building,
Yep.
and things were done differently.
Yep.
Years ago,
Correct.
and that's a
Absolutely.
whole new world. In fact, in our Stewart Title office that I'm in is not far from the building, apparently, that you're talking about. And from my 15th story window, I could see another building in progress. And I'm
Right.
thinking, man, that's a lot of work.
It is.
To go in and change that many rooms, and then to bring it up to a technology standpoint. How do you approach that?
How do you eat an elephant, right?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. And so for us, it starts at the assessment. So one of the unique things about our firm is our ability to identify and implement. So when we go into a building, we can identify the opportunities for the owner, and we go through a very stringent process of seeing what it does to the energy profile, the cost profile. We'll do a pro forma for them. We'll help determine what their CapEx is. We'll help determine what type of savings to investment ratio they'll have. And if the owner has a hurdle rate to get their money back, then we'll also provide that with respect to how the energy savings are applied into developing the project on their behalf.
As far as energy savings, that's such an important thing, especially right here in Houston, in terms of cooling, just the
Yep.
cooling factor.
That's
What are
right.
some of the things that are being done now to make to update a building like this
Sure,
for energy?
sure. So I think one of the cool things from the technology standpoint is the building we were speaking about earlier. It's got old pneumatic thermostats, right? And we can come in with a digital thermostat without changing a ton of infrastructure, and at a very competitive price point, reduce that HVAC load by 20 to 30% day one, right? And then we can show them what that math looks like, how soon that pays back. In most cases, what we're looking at, a payback time for a project like that may be 3 to 4 years. So when you're looking to say, hey, where can I deploy my capital? Where can I invest? Investing back in your building actually may be one of the smarter things that you can do. So what we're able to do that, and that's one example of a technology that we're able to deploy. Adding additional smart thermostats, creating additional ability to control and provide set points, and building automated systems to kind of back into some of the existing systems. Now, the building's going through an entire retrofit. Then we can get real funny, and we can get real funky and do some cool stuff. But from a retrofit standpoint, we really like to preserve what's there, reduce the interruption to the operations of the building so that they can keep running the building and just run it more efficiently.
That's a good point. One of the other things I'm thinking about when it comes to residential homes, one of the features I like in some of the newer homes is spray foam insulation. Now, I don't know on these buildings, does that ever come into play in terms of beefing up the insulation, because they're in the sun?
Sure.
Most of these buildings are just 12 stories.
So I guess for us, the corollary to spray foam in a building would be window film, especially those with a curtain wall system where there's a lot of windows. So we'll put window film on, and it'll reduce the radiant heat gain by 20 to 30%, which actually reduces how much energy your HVAC has to use, which increases your comfort while you're in the building. So that's a corollary. In some spaces, there is space to insulate depending on the building, but yeah, a lot of times I would pick the biggest corollary to be window film.
Now, Jeremy, your role, it looks like on your business card, you are sales and business development. Give us an idea,
sir.
a day in the life of Jeremy Branch, what you're doing out there to promote the cause, other than being on the radio right now with millions of listeners.
Absolutely.
Perhaps.
Well, Bill, I appreciate it, man. It is a day, and it's a full day. I don't think it's enough days in the week, honestly. Basically, wake up, try to make sure I have all my prospects in line, and make sure that I get in contact with them. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter, happy hour, that whatever it is, it needs to be able to understand what the client needs are, bring them back to the team, and be able to put something together to be able to implement something for them.
I would think also some of the success business-wise has to do with all the stuff going on in Houston.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of things going on, right?
Absolutely. It's a lot of things going on. We're really focusing on building out our tenant improvement division of the company. So we've been looking into things like you were talking earlier about in Katy, like more strip centers and doing things there, because obviously like tenants are coming in and out. So when you do that, you have to do a build out. So we're looking into bidding things like that and helping with building those things as well.
Is there a part of Houston that's more active than others where you're finding yourselves?
I would say that honestly, the whole city is just booming right now. Everywhere is like
Every direction.
Every direction.
It's a dynamic marketplace.
Yeah, it's very dynamic. It's a lot going on, and we're just trying to keep up with it. Like I said, every day we're looking towards figuring out where we can penetrate that market of just tenant improvement and help with more of these Class A, Class B buildings, and also with the strip centers.
And like the real estate world, residential and commercial, are you serving people that are coming from outside of Houston? Are they your clients as well?
They are. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of building owners that have come in and purchased buildings from other places internationally, actually. So
right.
that's we've seen that activity really pick up since the start of the year.
We're talking with Kareem Dale and Jeremy Branch. The company is Key HTX. Give us an idea. Kareem, how'd you get involved in this business? It sounds fascinating because we're looking around right out of the windows here, and there's buildings everywhere. So, I mean, fertile ground, I suppose. But how'd you get involved in this?
So my background is in construction and project management. I love building out projects. Started with green building, got really interested in that, and then I'm a math guy, so I started looking at the numbers. And energy efficiency actually works in any market. A down market, people invest in their buildings, reduce their operational costs. In up market, people want to make the improvements and sell it at a higher value. So it really kind of helped temper some of the roller coaster of the real estate market.
And then how do you see the business unfold here the rest of the year? Is it pretty good right now in your world?
Scary good.
Yeah, it's a lot of things going on right now. We're really excited to be able to leverage the IRA, the Inflation Reduction Act. A lot of those funds are being deployed now, and they're going into the green banks and things of that nature to be able to help nonprofits. This is something that I'm very passionate about. Nonprofits and healthcare are the kind of the two sectors that I'm looking at and helping with energy efficiency upgrades, also for renewables as well. Solar, backup generation. So yeah, we're just looking into things like that to be able to help people to be able to make those energy efficiency upgrades to their building, and also satiate a tax credit if they have that.
And let's tell people how they can reach your company, Key HTX, Jeremy Branch, and Kareem Dale.
Absolutely. You can reach me at jbranch@key-htx.com and call me at any time, 601-212-2227.
Yep, give him a call. He'll call me if he needs it.
And the number again is
601-212-2227.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you, Bill.
As we continue, let's talk to Bianca Balderas. She is with eXp Realty. Bianca, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Bill.
Well, real estate is exciting, isn't it?
It sure is.
Let's tell people about eXp Realty.
eXp Realty is a great brokerage. We are located in Pasadena, Texas, and we are the #1 brokerage in Pasadena for the last 2 years now, and especially for this year. We were the #1 for the first quarter, and we've been doing a lot of transactions and continue to go moving forward to do more.
Well, it's interesting that you bring up Pasadena because we don't get to talk too much about the area. So, what is going on that's making it so exciting? If things are going so well there right now, what's happening?
Pasadena is they say it's a small city, but it's really not. You know, we have a lot of people that are just they like the area. There's just so much to do. The pricing of the houses are great, but majority of the time, if our range is about $250 for a nice, decent house in Pasadena, Texas.
It's pretty affordable.
Very affordable.
Especially when you take a number like $250 and put it over the entire United States.
Correct.
It's a pretty good bargain. But also, as I'm thinking about Pasadena, and for those listening outside of Houston, that's on the east side of our downtown, let's say. But there are other areas as you move east of Pasadena, right?
Okay.
Do you cover those as well?
We do. We have the ship channel that's going towards more east if you want to go more I-10 east. And we have a lot of job opportunities because of the refinery jobs. Plenty of job opportunities. People are looking for good paying jobs is why they want to move to the Pasadena side of Houston.
And, of course, having a home there, you can be close to right there to where the business is. So that's a good word, too. As far as the refinery and the oil business and things, So are they hiring right now? It sounds like the market's pretty good for someone seeking employment.
Yeah,
out there.
I know a lot of my customers. They do work in the refineries, and they like it because they're close to home. They have the commute is not far at all.
And do you help people also that are coming from out of states? Do they find Pasadena and they call upon your services?
It has happened, yes.
So as far, do you see, are they coming from, I hate to say California again, but is anyone coming from anywhere else than California that you see?
Actually, California is majority of the time they're coming from California to Pasadena or to the Houston area, period. But no.
Well, okay, then we'll give it all to California then. Way to go, California.
Yeah.
As far as listing, now when you list properties in Pasadena, what are the key indicators for people to leave? Do they ever leave Pasadena and say, hey, I'm going to another state, leaving Texas? You run into that much?
Not too much, but if they're wanting to leave Pasadena, they're either wanting to go like more to the outskirts, maybe like Huffman, maybe Manville, because they just want to get out of the city and just maybe retire or whatnot.
So there's that. So in the meantime, also at EXP, now you have a unique working situation there where I know that the agents work very close together and things like that. Give us an idea of some of the other things that are part of the EXP culture.
So EXP, it's an awesome brokerage. Like I said, we're number one in Pasadena, Texas. We offer so many different options to our our sellers, to our buyers. We can do creative financing. We can do cash offers. We do listings. We have a preferred lender, preferred title company. We offer it all. And, like I said, pretty much we want to make sure our customers are satisfied.
Preferred title. I hear Stewart Title is really a great company. What do you think?
I think they're a great company.
There you go. Well, we're glad to hear that, Bianca. So as far as prior to real estate is exciting. But before real estate, what were you doing before the 10 years ago in real estate?
I was working for a waste corporation right here down the road on San Felipe. I was there for about 6 years. And, I just literally took my online classes and then just literally niched it, quit my job, and went full-time in real estate.
So you just started right into it?
Started right into it.
And this is about, 10 years ago or so?
Yes.
How long did it take you? Because I know a lot of people, we watch TV shows and listen to radio shows and things like that. But a lot of people, Bianca, as you know, are attracted to real estate like you were. But what was it that made you think, hey, this is the thing for me? I'm going to take all the classes like you did. What was it that was so attractive to you about real estate?
I've always wanted to do real estate since I was about 18 years old. And unfortunately, I didn't do it. So that gave me that push. I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do. This is what I want to learn. So I just did it.
And as far as when you started those 10 years ago, how long did it take you, giving it the full effort, to get traction to where you're actually like, hey, wow, I'm selling houses, I'm listing houses? How long did that take you in your experience?
To be honest, about a year.
And that's about, we hear people say that, and every once in a while someone gets, I guess it also depends how many friends and relatives, because is that where you would start first?
Correct. I used to be like the rental queen because those renters are going to eventually turn into buyers. They're not going to want to rent the rest of their life. And then they refer you out, hey, my cousin, hey, my sister, my mom, they're looking to buy or sell or rent.
Well, if I took that strategy, I'd be out of luck because I don't have any friends. But I'm just saying. So as far as, that's a good point, though. Rental, how often when you talk to buyers, how often are you helping first-time buyers? Are there a lot of first-time buyers out there that you're helping?
Yes, sir, we do. I do. I help them a lot. I walk them through the process completely. I let them know all the programs out there for first-time home buyers because there is a lot. They can get a lot of incentives when they're first-time home buyers.
So how many of let's take the first-time home buyers. How many of first-time home buyers are buyers that come to you and say, we're ready, and or how many are those that you talk to from your rental experience or that you run into that you encourage and say, hey, do you realize that you're spending this much money, you could be buying a home? How does that ratio work, so to speak?
The ratio on that one, like I said, it's been so many years, so I'd have to really backtrack. But a lot of my renters, they've turned into buyers. And then all the first-time home buyers that have come to me, they've been a lot of close friends. So like I said, I would walk them through the process and just show them, hey, I can offer you this, this, and this to get them into their dream home.
And as far as the marketplace, as you see it unfold, as you would guess and speculate, how do you see it unfolding here for the rest of the year?
For the rest of the year, I see it unfolding spectacular.
So it's going pretty well right now.
It's going great.
So as far as what you're doing right now, let's say the past, 10, 15 people that you're helping, how many are buyers versus sellers about? 50-50 or? It's
more like 70-30 on the listing side. We do more listing. Right now we have about 20 listings, and we're closing. Last month we closed about 15 deals.
So as far as the listings, and let's take Pasadena again. So if I have a home in Pasadena and I say, hey, Bianca, and it's a nice home. Everything's in good shape, but I say I want to sell my home. How are you coaching me right now to tell me how long it's going to take to sell it, or estimate?
Estimated time in Pasadena, majority of the time, your house will literally stay on the market no more than 30 days because the turnaround time is really quick. I just had one that was on the market 6 days, under contract the 7th day, closed in 2 weeks after that.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So they must really like Bianca Balderas and say, hey, Bianca gets the job done.
Most definitely.
In a tremendous way. So as far as the new construction in Pasadena, I was just thinking about new construction. Is there inventory there if someone wanted a newer home versus an existing home?
There is, but it's a lot of resale in Pasadena.
More resale?
Yes, sir.
So then what's the next town that you serve, say, north of Pasadena? What would that be? Isn't there a point where Crosby's on that side of Houston as well? Do you get to Crosby?
I do, but that's more east of it. That's a lot of development out there as well. A lot of new things coming out there. A lot of people are moving to Crosby too, that I think of it, but not from Pasadena.
That's right. You're right. It is, and there's more space up there too.
Most definitely, because it's land.
And Pasadena is an area, for those listening outside of Houston, that has been developed for a long time and has been a big part of our key economic growth, the industry right there.
Yes, most definitely.
Well, Bianca, what else do you want people to know before we close this segment?
I just want everybody to know eXp is a great brokerage. Like I said, we have the #1 office in the Southeast Houston, and we have about 19 to 20 agents under us that need any type of mentorship. We're always looking for new agents to help them out and coach them if they need to. And we do everything. We do wholesaling, we invest, we do commercial, you name it, and we do it, and we'll make sure you're taken care of.
And let's tell people how they can reach you, Bianca Balderas.
You can reach me at 281-433-9610, and my email is biancab713@gmail.com.
The number again is
281-433-9610.
Bianca, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
In today's litigious society, it is imperative to have the proper insurance to offset the many risks facing your business, especially if you're a real estate broker. Your errors and omissions and cyber liability insurance can help limit the threat of these risks if you know what to look for. Not sure if your insurance addresses the risks facing your business? Contact Stewart Insurance to be confident your brokerage can withstand these risks. Stewart Insurance, 866-798-2827. StewartInsurance.com. That's StewartInsurance.com, or call 866-798-2827.
Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title would not be possible without our partner, Stewart Insurance, with a focus in real estate and a special focus on real estate brokers. Stewart Insurance creates insurance plans to address the risks facing our industry today. They invest a significant amount of time helping real estate broker owners offset and manage their risks. Here he is with Stewart Insurance, once again, John Bramlett.
Captain, always a pleasure.
Here we are, John. Let's tell people, insurance, boy, we've heard a lot about the word insurance in the last couple of weeks around here on the news and everywhere else, but what have you brought for us today in the insurance world?
Well, I thought we would circle back around and talk a little bit about general liability.
There you go.
That we haven't spent much time talking about general liability in a while, so I wanted to circle back around and let our listeners know the the importance of that.
Is that general liability? Is that like lieutenant liability, or
it's more important than lieutenant liability? Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yes, it's more important. So, if you're a real estate business, so you're a real estate broker, independent title and attorney agent, in some cases a realtor, property management firm, you would want to have that so it would protect your business in the event that somebody made a claim, and that claim could be based upon a bodily injury or property damage. So, for example, if you had people at your office visiting, or you're taking your clients out to see homes, or you're hosting an open house, and if somebody were to get hurt, they were to trip and fall, for example, and they filed a claim based upon that, then you would have some coverage. If you were staging a home for a client and you knocked over a vase and broke the vase, they would help you with the cost of replacing that vase. Or if it was just a claim that you felt like was not valid, it at least would help them with some of the defense costs. So it really does become of value, because if you think about all the different people that we do business with, so we've got clients that they either come see us or we take them places. We've got prospective clients that we see on a regular basis or we meet. We've got business partners. And we're meeting these people in all different places. So if someone were to get hurt or we were to damage property while we're doing business with them, you would have some coverage as well.
Well, there's so many potentials for hazards. Just in as you mentioned, the vase. I'm thinking about my house. I don't think I have one vase anywhere, but there's a lot of other stuff that could
your
break.
Piano,
my piano,
your
the
piano.
keyboards, all the instruments,
Yeah.
guitar.
Well, and the other that people don't think about when it comes to general liability, but it's becoming more and more prevalent, is what's called personal or advertising injury.
Mm-hmm.
So the personal injury would be I haven't broken my arm, but you broke my heart. You've done something to upset me. You've done something to hurt my reputation. And then that can roll into slander or libel. So, libel is if you've printed something that somebody felt like was of damage to them or their reputation, or slander would be if you said something that somebody felt like had damaged their reputation. And then tied into that would be copyright issues. So I have a client that his assistant built a LinkedIn page, and they used a skyline photograph of the city of Houston, cropped it, put their logo on it, and put it up on the LinkedIn page. A law firm in upper state New York discovered that they were using a photograph that they don't have rights to, and connected with the company that had the rights to the photograph, and now they've been sued for copyright infringement. And since they did not, unfortunately, have general liability, they're on the hook for whatever that settlement ends up being. So I think sometimes we assume that I find a photograph on Google, therefore I can use it, or I find a photograph online that I can use it, and that's not the case. But if you were to make that mistake and had general liability coverage, you could have some defense against a copyright infringement.
And you mentioned the broken arm, broken heart scenario. One's tangible, one's intangible, and sometimes the lawsuits, it seems like, that are the higher values are the ones that are intangible for some reason, and they have higher settlement costs. And the other thing I would say is we have to be careful with our social media posts, because slander, saying something is one thing, but putting it on social media is another, and I would think you have the same exposure in that realm.
Well, you do. I mean, and we never say not to use social media as a tool, but just recognize that there are some downsides to everything. And in our real estate liability class, we talk about reasons why real estate firms have claims filed against them or lawsuits filed against them. And beyond the specific reasons, the two critical words are they believe. People believe or feel that you've done something to them. So they're going to file a claim because they felt like you've done something to them. Regardless of its legitimacy or not, you're still going to have defense costs. And you're right about, how you use social media, because it could be something that you think is funny or humorous or of value, and somebody else could think it was detrimental. And if they felt like it was detrimental, then there's a suit.
We have to be careful at every single turn.
We really do. And then, if you're, for example, a real estate broker and you have, you're leasing your office space. There's many times that the landlord will require general liability coverage. So it's important that you understand that. And then there is an option called a business owner's policy that you can combine the general liability with commercial property. And many times we can save our clients some money by combining the two. So that would provide coverage for your desks and your computers and your servers and your chairs and things like that, your property that you use from a business perspective.
As I'm thinking about this, of course, the website is stewartinsurance.com. And we talk about different types of insurance and every week on your segment, John, but I'm just thinking the menu of the different kind of policies, it has to be so extensive, all the different type of coverages that you're offering there at Stewart Insurance for all these different things.
Well, and everybody's business is a little different, and every industry is a little different within the real estate realm. But Brittany Tackert, our head of marketing, has done a really good job on stewartinsurance.com about listing what are those critical plans from a business perspective that people ought to consider. So not only do we have a list of what those plans are to consider, but we also provide a nice overview so you understand what that coverage will do for you. So you have a bit of an education as we get into the conversation.
Well, John, let's tell people how they can reach you.
They can reach us at 866-798-2827.
My favorite number.
866-798-2827, whether that be for business insurance or personal insurance.
And what if you're in Pasadena, Texas?
The Pasadena hotline is 866-798-2827.
Thank you so much, John Bramlett.
Thank you, Bill.
As we continue, I say it on almost every show, and that is stay close to your Stewart Title Business Development Officer because they are doing important things helping real estate professionals far and wide. We have 3 of them here today, starting first with Stacy Tierheimer, covering our Western region. Stacy, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Bill.
And when I say Western region, let's tell them exactly where the offices you're serving.
I am over the Katy and the Fulshire office.
Exciting marketplaces, aren't they?
Yeah, they're booming. They're doing great.
And you've been with the company now quite a while already. Time is flying.
It is flying, yes. I've been in the industry over 7 years now. So I love Stewart Title. We've got great teams out of Katy, great teams out of Fulshire, amazing people. We've got mobile closers. We have bilingual.
Covering all the bases. So, Stacy, let's talk. Do you have any events coming up that we should know about, or?
We've always got events. If you are interested in classes for CE credits, contact me. If you are looking for events, contact me.
As I say events, you have educational things. People like John Bramlett will be out there every now and then. Others will be there for credits and even just for informative occasions, right?
Yes, correct.
So, Stacy Tierheimer, let's tell people how they can reach you if they're interested in any of the activities and educational events, but also I know they want to bring their contracts to your offices right there in Katy and Fulshire. What number should they call?
They can call me at 832-392-2053. 832-392-2053.
Stacy, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much, and hopefully I will see you all soon.
And as we travel to the southeast, here is Jana McGuire. Jana, welcome to the show.
Hey, Bill. Thanks for having me back again.
Well, here you are. You brought Bianca on the show today.
I did.
So let's tell people about your office.
My office is in Clear Lake, so it's Stewart Title Clear Lake, and we're off of Space Center Boulevard. And we have exciting events coming up this week. We actually have John Bramlett for insurance on Thursday. And I think that's the 9th, if I'm correct, 9 to 11. And he's going to talk about insurance, and it's going to be a CE credit class for 2 hours. And then Wednesday is I'm going to have a cards and coffee. So realtors get to write actually cards to their clients versus an email or text. So we're going to get back to the basic.
The handwritten note.
The handwritten
is what you're
note.
describing.
Yes.
And
we'll provide
coffee.
the postage, coffee, and little donuts.
I was going to ask, is
It's
there
at a
going to be
donut distillery.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I hope there's a snack there involved somewhere.
There's always food and drink somewhere.
Jana McGuire. Well, Jana, let's tell people how they can reach you.
832-244-3439. And it's 832-244-3439.
Thanks for being with us, Jana. And now, Hope Moy from the northern region. Hope, welcome to the show. So, Hope, let's tell people what's going on in your area and what office do you serve?
So I cover the Magnolia and Conroe offices in Montgomery County.
Magnolia, those are also booming areas as we think about the growth exploding in all these areas. But which, by the way, which is more popular right now, Conroe or Magnolia, or is it even Steven?
I would say they're even. The growth is phenomenal in Montgomery County right now. There's lots of road construction, lots of growth, lots of new developments. They're widening the road in Conroe and Magnolia both. So lots of people coming our way for sure.
No doubt about it. So how do you see, as you project and look ahead, as far as the outlook for us in that region as we go forth for the rest of the year? Is it slowing down anytime soon or just steady
I think it's been steady. We had a slow start to the year, but as we've come almost close to our busiest season, which is the summertime, we've definitely picked up some.
And, of course, you, too, have so many great activities helping real estate professionals, classes, and all those things. Anything in particular that's happening we should know about?
Man, Bill, I have events and classes all the way booked out into June. But I think that my newest is in June and July, and I'm doing a boat CE with an inspection company. So we're going to take out some real estate agents out on the boat in Lake Conroe. We're going to tour the banks of Lake Conroe, talk about different things that are inspected when those houses are for sale, and then kind of have some fun and bring them back in.
Well, I hope I know when that date is because I may want to be a part of that. That sounds good.
Yes, it's going to be fun.
Let's tell people how they can reach you.
So you can reach me at my cell phone, 346-224-1908, 346-224-1908.
Well, Hope, thanks for being with us. And now, Kim Rensimer with Martha Turner, Sotheby's International Realty. It's been a while, Kim, but you're back. Welcome back. Let's tell people, what else do you want them to know about what you're doing serving buyers and sellers in the West and even beyond?
I am going to get you handled, whether it is for whatever market you want to be in, West. Let me know. I can get you in any price point, any location. We'll get it done.
Let me ask you a question, though. As we think about Katy, if someone were to say, I have about, let's say 500,000, right? And we want to be in a good school district there in Katy, are we going to find inventory at that price point? Is that a good number?
Oh, absolutely. We'll find it.
We'll find it.
I've always found somebody something. Everybody gets put in a home.
They get put in a home.
Get put in a home.
In a tremendous way.
Correct.
Kim, let's tell people how they can reach you. Kim Rensimer.
832-814-2720. 832-814-2720.
Thank you so much, Kim. And now they're back. Let's talk to Kareem Dale and Jeremy Branch. They are with Key HTX. Gentlemen, welcome back. A final word. What else do y'all want people to know?
All right. Thanks,
Jeremy.
Bill. Hey, yeah. So, just want to know if you're a commercial real estate owner and you're looking to help take your property to the next level and also decrease your utility costs and consumption, please give us a call. My number is 601-212-2227. We're going to help you get in line with decarbonization here in Houston. We're also here helping position CRE owners to be able to get Energy Stars and things like that as well, if that's something you would like. Just give me a call again at 601-212-2227.
Kareem?
Yeah, so I'll just follow up with what Jeremy said and just kind of add a couple things we didn't touch on. We have a great opportunity with solar. We're doing a lot of interesting things in the solar market. Right now, there's some very exciting ways to get a lot of these projects funded. So if you're interested in solar, energy efficiency, tax rebates, tax credits, we're the one-stop shop to get you all the way through that. Give Jeremy a call at
601-212-2227.
Yeah, did that like a team thing, huh? Well, what's interesting is that there are components and things that could be done to the building to make it more energy efficient and to bring it up to speed, but also there's programs and things that go along with it that are part of the mix.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's correct. I think for right now, in this marketplace, that's the magic sauce. To be able to really bring down that cost profile, and it helps the deals pencil in an amazing way we're seeing payback times in 2-3 years, as opposed to that could be 6-7 in other cases. So we're always really interested in trying to help develop projects in that way to help meet the owner's financial needs.
And you said business, if I remember the term, was crazy busy, something like that, or scary busy?
Scary busy.
Oh, there you go. Hey, everybody likes, we need business, and it's awesome. Gentlemen, one more time. The phone number is
601-212-2227. Give me a call.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks.
Let's talk to Bianca Balderas once again as we close the show. Hey, Bianca, welcome back.
Hi.
Well, here we are. We're closing the show. This is an important moment as we wind up this show and get ready for next week. But in the meantime, what else do you want people to know about what you're doing at EXP or anything else?
I just want everybody to know that's in the southeast part of Houston, if they need help buying or listing a home, especially if they're listing or buying, we can help them out no matter what.
So let's tell people the number, Bianca, is
281-433-9610.
Thank you so much. One more time.
281-433-9610.
Thank you, Bianca, and thank you all for listening to Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I'm your host, Bill Knapik, together with John Bramlett, all of us at Stewart Title, Stewart Insurance. We appreciate you joining us. Simply go to stewart.com/radio. That's right. That's where you could see and hear the show, all the tremendous guests. In addition, at stewart.com/radio, you can access the show archives, and where there are hundreds of shows to keep you busy and keep you informed, entertained, and even inspired. That's right. We're in Houston with 17 or so offices there to serve you and help you with your real estate transaction. Simply go to stewart.com where you can find a location. In addition, we are an international company traded on the stock exchange as STC. We're around the United States to help you as well. Just go to stewart.com and find out all the information, not just where the branches are, but also more about title insurance at stewart.com. We will see you next week. Thanks for listening.
In today's litigious society, it is imperative to have the proper insurance to offset the many risks facing your business, especially if you're a real estate broker. Your errors and omissions and cyber liability insurance can help limit the threat of these risks if you know what to look for. Not sure if your insurance addresses the risks facing your business? Contact Stewart Insurance to be confident your brokerage can withstand these risks. Stewart Insurance, 866-798-2827. StewartInsurance.com. That's StewartInsurance.com or call 866-798-2827. If you're a real estate professional, then listen closely. Cyber criminals are targeting our industry. They are impersonating real estate professionals, homebuyers, sellers, and title agents. Their goal is to gain access to your inboxes, computers, and clients so they can steal information and funds. Does your business insurance offset these risks? Not sure? Contact Stewart Insurance to determine if your business is properly insured. Visit StewartInsurance.com or call 866-798-2827. Visit StewartInsurance.com or call 866-798-2827.
When it comes to real estate, everything matters. Whether you're a broker, realtor, homeowner, buyer, or seller, for informative and entertaining information when it comes to owning, buying, and selling real estate, tune in Sundays at 5 p.m. to Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title, brought to you by Stewart Insurance.